She had just finished her interview when suddenly a young white male intern strolled behind her, yanked her skirt halfway down, and burst out laughing as the cheap fabric tore. Tiffany froze in shock while a crowd reacted, some gasping, others mocking. A few recording on their phones until the intern sneered, "Relax, it's just a joke. You don't belong here anyway." Her face burned with shame as tears threatened to fall, but she stayed silent, eyes drifting to the glass door before quietly calling, "Baby, it happened again. Come now." Still in her worn interview suit, she held her 6-year-old daughter close, trying to comfort her despite the sting of constant rejection, judged at every turn by appearance. On her phone glowed unread messages from her husband. "Let them laugh. Tomorrow, they'll know." She kissed her little girl, then fell asleep clutching her resume like a lifeline. Hours earlier, groups of interns and receptionists had whispered about new applicants, their smirks widening when Tiffany walked in, one receptionist scoffing. "She thinks she can come here dressed like that," while an intern named Davis leaned back smugly, muttering, "Some people just need to be reminded where they belong." At lunch, moments after Davis's cruelty, whispers still rippled through the office, as Tiffany sat in a corner struggling to hold her ripped skirt together. Until the glass doors flew open with force, and in strode a tall, commanding black man in his 40s, sharp in a charcoal suit, clean-shaven, gold band glinting on his hand, his gaze burning with authority. Security moved to block him until the receptionist's face drained of color. She whispered, "That's the new CEO. They hired him last week." Without pause, he walked straight to Davis, stopping inches away, his voice calm yet cutting. "Tell me, which part of ripping a woman's clothes in public matches our company's values?" Davis stuttered, "I didn't mean, but the CEO's verdict came like steel. You refinished, right here, right now." Moments later in the boardroom, Marcus, the CEO, called an emergency meeting with HR, legal, and board members, playing security footage of Tiffany's humiliation while she sat beside him draped in a company jacket, her posture unbroken. His words echoed, "My wife didn't just apply for a job. She walked into a place where cruelty hides behind power. And I came to tear it down." That day, Davis was fired, the HR head dismissed for breeding toxicity, and a diversity hiring audit launched instantly. Soon, Tiffany returned through the same front doors, but now employees stood and smiled as she passed. She was no longer an applicant, but the new executive culture liaison, paid, respected, powerful. Beside her hung a bold new poster, "No silence in this space. Report, rebuild, rise." You may see a black woman walk in and assume weakness, but sometimes she already owns the building. She just hasn't worn her badge yet. Tiffany stood tall with her daughter at her side. The little girl hugged her tightly and whispered, "Mommy, they didn't make you cry today." Tiffany smiled. "No, baby. Today, they were the ones who cried." Remember, power isn't stitched into a suit, lives in dignity and justice. If you've ever been underestimated, share this story and subscribe to Fame Tales for more tales that flip power upside down.